Hello and welcome back to the channel in another body doubling video. In this video, it is approximately 21 minutes long. Go ahead and get your stuff and start listing with me. Now remember, I take photos of all the stuff first, so my listings, I'm cheating a little bit, have the photos already in them and I don't have to take the pictures. So it's completely okay if it takes you longer to list because you are also listing photos and taking photos. And honestly, I would not get anything done if I had to stop and take photos every time because that takes me forever. And you can see in my other videos on this channel what I do when I take photos. The first thing I'm listing today, and I list approximately 5 things, give or take. I think I'm doing 5 this day, maybe 10, but I want to say it's 5. The first thing I'm listing is a pair of vintage Boy Scout shorts. These are vintage, I can tell by the khaki. Most of the Boy Scout stuff now is more like the Omni-Wick material. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot less chafing, it's a lot nicer for the Scouts to wear. This is very dense, heavy khaki. It is the older Boy Scout emblem buttons on there. So these are older Boy Scout shorts. Now, when I say old, I'm saying like my generation old. I'm not saying like 1940s. This is probably around the 90s, 1990s for this. I got these at a donation rummage sale, which I absolutely hate donation rummage sales, but I did get this at a donation rummage sale. And I think it was like I paid $60 for everything and I had to come back in twice to get all of my stuff. This is hard because Boy Scouts of America can be BSA, Boy Scouts of America, or Scouts of America. So depending on what generation it is, depending what the person's looking for, I went ahead and put Boy Scouts of America because these are from the 90s when it was known as Boy Scouts of America instead of just BSA or Scouts of America. If these were female shorts, whether it be female leader shorts or female scout shorts, if these were female cut shorts, I would either use BSA or Scouts of America because female leaders and female scouts may be more willing to use those keywords, where Boy Scouts or male scouts may be more used to using the word Boy Scouts. My husband went all the way through Scouts. My son went all the way through Scouts. So I interchange them a lot. My daughter is also in Scouts. So I will still say Boy Scouts or BSA or Scout. I just interchange all of it. I'm a den leader and I don't know what to call it. So if someone's doing a search, they might not have an issue calling, like they might have an issue trying to figure out what to call it. Again, I'm using AI generation for the description. Most of it is just fluffy nonsense. I probably would not read this as a buyer because it reads like fluffy nonsense, but I personally think eBay is kind of bumping up our listings if we put the fluffy nonsense in there because our descriptions now look bigger. We're using the fun new gadget they gave us and we're being appreciative of it. So I do use it. One of the things I change later on is instead of putting please refer to photos for measurements and conditions at the bottom, I actually end up putting that at the top because someone might get completely turned off by this huge large paragraph and not look at what I have actually written about the listings. So I've started putting that at top and then letting the AI generated be at the bottom. A lot of the listings I'm doing today, I'm just kind of winging it on the price. I have my other monitor up, and while I'm listing, I am looking things up also. I'm seeing on Terapeak what they've sold as. I'm seeing how many listings are on eBay, and I'm going around and doing that. The next thing I'm listing is a pair of jeans. Even though I do put these photos in ahead of time, they need editing. This one needed to edited. It was facing the wrong direction. I can see my measuring tape in it, so I wanted to edit it so it looks slightly more professional. Again, I don't care that much about my photos as long as it conveys the proper information and the item is listed. I do all of this on my dining room table, as you can tell from the pictures. I am listing a pair of Tony Hawk jeans. These were my son's jeans. What I found is male jeans, boy jeans, whatever you want to call them. I don't get as many questions on the measurements for, where with female jeans, I actually take a couple different measurements in addition to what I would do for male jeans. Female jeans, I often take a measurement of the thigh, and I will take a measurement of the bottom hole in the leg so they can get a sense. And depending if they are tight jeans, I will also take a measurement of the calf of the leg. So I have found that when I don't have those measurements for women's jeans, I will get asked for them. Now, do I get asked every time? No, but I've gotten asked as enough times that I'm just including it now in my measurements. But these are boys' jeans. These are also something I always been preaching this, I guess, almost 2 years that I've been on YouTube. Go through your own closets. Sell your own stuff. You've already got your money out of it. It's not, you're not automatically starting at a loss. I always go through seasonally. My son keeps growing, so we're constantly going through his clothes. That being said, my middle child, my oldest daughter, will scavenge my son's clothes before I get a chance to list them, especially hoodies. So, but it's there, and I know I'm constantly churning clothes. I'm churning clothes. I have 3 children. They are in the stages where they are growing. I'm churning clothes. I'm churning my own clothes, either because I'm sick of wearing it, it doesn't fit me the way I want it to fit me anymore, I've either lost weight or gained weight, it's not my favorite, my closet's too big, so I will churn my clothes too. My husband constantly churns his. And some things we buy at thrift stores, we need them for a very specific reason, and after we are done with that reason, we then can sell them. My son, just because we were talking about scouts like 2 seconds ago, my son had a very specific scouting activity that he needed certain clothes for, and we don't need those anymore because it's done. So I can then churn those clothes because there's no way he's wearing them again. He is growing so fast, they're not going to fit him by the time he's doing something similar this summer. So churn your own clothes, churn your kids' clothes, sell all your crap on eBay. One thing I will say, because of inflation, I am not raising my prices. So the shipping is being raised because I have calculated shipping, and I guess shipping's being raised again January 21st. I'm not sure when I'll put this video up, but January 21st there's going to be another increase in shipping rates. But my base prices are not increasing because I have not had to pay the inflation yet. The stuff I'm listing is either my own stuff, my kids' own stuff, or stuff I bought all the way back to last year. They're still the old prices. I have not had to really deal with the inflation yet, which I'm happy for, but I know is coming because I am listing through my death pile. I also will say children's clothes don't sell that fast. They sell a lot faster in lots. However, larger boys' jeans will sell. These, I want to say, are 16 or 18s. Anything above a 14, I find, will sell slightly quicker than like sizes 10 and under. The littler kid size, I don't find they sell well unless I lot them in a large lot, where the older kid size, they do sell. And I don't know, that's because you could still be like older when wearing them. Maybe you don't outgrow them as quickly, but they do not sell as quickly. And again, it's such fluffy. The AI is such fluffiness when it comes to, they'll be great for your wardrobe. Your kid's going to tear them apart. Please buy my crap. But I do believe having a longer description, eBay is going to be nicer about it when it comes to my listing. Like, look at how long that description is. Look, like, she's using our stuff. Again, most of this, in general, I know children's jeans, unless they're like some crazy brand, are going to sell around $15.99. I would probably take an offer at $10.99 just to get rid of them. But they're not big sellers. They are bread and butter. Again, though, I've put no money into that. Now I'm selling more of my son's clothes that he outgrew. I do want to make sure all the pictures fit the right, face the right direction, but not particular when it comes to photography. as you can kind of tell when I have like tape measures in the background, or you see like play sand in the background, or Legos or something. This is just a Tommy Hilfiger dress shirt for boys. It is a classic design. If it was not plaid, I'm not sure I would list it and sell it, but the fact that it is plaid, it's more sought after, and its coloring isn't as common, so the red and blue coloring, it could be holiday specific. It's very patriotic, so I am listing that, and it's something he outgrew. Unfortunately, we found out he outgrew all of his dress shirts the night before he had an event in which he had to wear dress shirts, so that was fun. One of the things I don't sell them when my kids outgrow them is shoes, just because my kids tear them apart. They're just not worth it to resell, and I'm not getting crazy brands of shoes for them. It's just like Under Armour or Adidas, stuff that the Sam's Club, the bulk store, sells. So if you don't have a Sam's Club, they're kind of like a Costco, whatever you have around you. If you can buy them there, I'm probably not going to sell them on eBay because it's not worth my trouble. I will also say I have not done any of the crazy 90% off sales at Target and Walmart and Walgreens and stuff. People are going crazy for it online. I'm trying very hard to be mindful of my spending. I don't source that way. I don't source arbitrage. So if I did buy anything, it'd be for myself. We're trying to declutter. I'm trying to be mindful of spending. But I am having FOMO. I'm seeing everything people are posting online. They're making videos of it. They're posting on their Instagram stories. Like, I got all of this for 90% off. I paid like $20 for all of this stuff. And I do have FOMO for that. I'm like, man, I could have got that. Man, I could have got that. But do I need it? No. Do I just like the rush of getting the deal? Yes. So I guess it's good I'm missing it. The upside, it looks like the winter storm is missing us, so that's also great, but it's really gross and rainy out. While I'm recording this, while my kids are in school, and we have a 3-day weekend this weekend, so I wanted to get this out before then. Again, on all of my descriptions of condition, I put no rips or stains. If there is something, I always take a photograph of it, and I will say, like, pulling, see pictures, or stain, see pictures. But also, as one of my new like things as a reseller, I don't know if I want to say my reseller resolution for this year, I really don't want to list damaged goods unless it's a high dollar item that I know will sell even if it's damaged. Again, the AI description, it's just so funny. Like, ideal for boys of all ages. This dress shirt is perfect for school events, family gatherings, and other special occasions. Honestly, it's fluff. Nobody cares about that. I do end up taking a couple sentences out, and I will go in and do that every once in a while, especially if I think they're not right, or if they maybe misspeak on something or over exaggerate something. I will then go through and edit it out. I always say refer to photos for measurements and conditions. But now, if I don't know, I just throw up $15.99. I'm like, yeah, it's $15.99, but I always make an offer on there, and I never have a restriction on the offer that the person can make me. I have found recently that I've been getting a lot of offers, and if I accept the offers, I get more offers, but the couple offers I've had recently have been like, wow. So I've been declining them, like a $2 offer on a $30 item. Another shirt here. This, it's either a Spider or Under Armour. This is one of my old shirts that I didn't particularly like the way it fit me. It's an Under Armour. It's supposed to go under, like as an underlayer or over. I didn't particularly care for it. I don't think I should be allowed to have white clothing because I eat stuff and it gets on there. My middle child did not want this, so I went ahead and listed it on eBay. What I don't like is I did the multi listings on this, And I've had to go through and change every single category, and it's not giving me a suggested category. Where before I would get a suggested category, now I'm having every single listing having to go through and pick clothing, then women's, then activewear, like, and that is taking up time, and it's incredibly frustrating that this is going on. I don't know why it's not giving me suggested categories. It always has before. When I put change category, it's always giving me a suggested category. This is not giving me a suggested category. And it's so frustrating because it is taking me so long. And then I have to then go back and scroll up and pick all the item specifics that I wanted to have. It is not a complete zip closure, so I did not select that. It is not a slim fit, but it is it's a layer, and it's a heat gear. So it's meant to keep you cool. It's meant to wear. So it's meant to be tight, but nowhere on there does it say slim. So I'm hoping that whoever buys this is familiar with this type of Under Armour, so they know that it is supposed to fit tight. It's not supposed to fit loose. But some people don't, and I've had those returns before, like, it just doesn't fit me, or it's too tight, it's too loose. If you're not familiar with a specific brand, if you're not familiar with the specific cut, you may have issues with that. Heat gear, not as much. Cold gear, I've had people had issues with that because that is supposed to be really tight. Not compression tight, but darn close to compression tight. So it'll keep your body warm. We don't want pockets of air between your body and the clothes. To get cool, we want the clothes to be as tight to your body as possible. My kids always complained about how tight cold gear is when it's under their uniforms and stuff, but that's how it's supposed to fit. It's really ridiculously hard to get off of like a 6-year-old because they are so tight, but again, that's how it's supposed to fit. So if somebody got that and was like, hey, this is just way too tight, they might return it due to fit, which I have no issue with. If you wanted to return an item due to fit, that's great. If you return an item as an item not described because you don't want to pay return shipping, but it has to do with fit, I don't particularly care for that. That is not cool. So be aware of that. Again, fluffiness. Elevate your activewear game with Under Armour half zip in a crisp white hue. I have been complimented on how white my kids' whites are. My son wore a very white hoodie the other day, and one of the teachers complimented him on how white his mom keeps the whites. So it's all OxiClean. I swear by the OxiClean White Revive. It's amazing. It keeps whites very crisp. Even like the dingiest socks, it may not get them white, but it gets them darn close. So if you have dingier whites that you want to brighten up, OxiClean White Revive, they should totally sponsor me for this. I go through gallons of it a year probably. This is a lighter, but I know it'll take a larger envelope. This is basically the same shirt but in blue. I hate photographing blues and purples. I can never ever get the colors to fit properly. The blue looks purple or the purple looks blue. There's no in between. And it's so frustrating. And I know it has to do with like balancing, and it'd probably be better if I had a white background. Spoiler alert, I got a white tablecloth, so I'm going to put that on my dining room table when I photograph. So I will have a white background now. So that I'm getting so swanky. I think I paid a whole $11 for it on Amazon. The reason I haven't done it before though is our table sits 12 people. It is, I want to say 90 inches across. It's either 90 or 102. It's very long across. So I have to special order any tablecloths for that. I have a blue one that I special ordered, and now I have a white one. I have not taken it out of the package yet because it's white and my house is gross, and I have a cat and 3 children. And one of them is 6 and constantly has sticky hands. She's in the sticky hands phase. But I'm hoping to add that and up my game. We get a lot of Under Armour in our area in thrift stores. We get a lot of Carhartt, Levi's, Under Armour, Wrangler are things that I can pretty much consistently count on. to find. Are they high dollar? No. Are they slightly above like bread and butter? Yes. So I will pick them up, especially if I can lock them up. They are light. This shirt is going to be really light. The last shirt was going to, is really light. I love being able to go in and fill out most of these. Let's see, what else did it? I don't think I should have put mock neck because it is a mock neck. It is cold gear. So the previous shirt was heat gear. This is cold gear. My daughter, again, did not want this, even though I was like, you could put it under your sports outfits when it's freezing outside and it's snowing. But she likes the ones without zippers on them. She likes the ones that basically are ridiculously hard to get on because they're mock turtlenecks with no zippers, but she prefers those to the ones with zippers. Add it to your activewear tops collection today. It's so ridiculous, but again, it's linked in my description. Not this video, but I'm pretty sure the next video I start adding my personal stuff to the top of it. So I know people are seeing that first, especially if there's a damage to an item. If there's something I need to portray, I will put it at the beginning because most people have already read one sentence and they're done reading the AI description. Nobody has time for that. Heck, half the time our buyers don't read the descriptions anyway. So if it's very important, I'm going to put it at the front above the AI. Thank you for sitting with me through this body double listing. I hope you got more than 5 items listed, but if you didn't, good job for you getting anything listed. And I'll see you again for body doubling. Please like and subscribe and have a wonderful day.